Welcome to the Jay and Margot Show live.
Woo, where we keep it real, raw, and respectful.
Yes, we have made it to
50!
Woo!
Yes.
This is so exciting. So, you may not be able to hear, or you may be able to hear a lot of chatter in the background, but that's because not only are we live with you, we are live in person. So, we have women here in
with
the room.
us. Yay!
We are still waiting for a few more women. They are upstairs. They will be making their way down shortly, so we don't want to start without them. But we just didn't want to leave you guys waiting either, who was waiting for us to go live. So we are going to, might be idle a little bit here.
Oh, just a little bit. I mean, again, we want to invite you guys to drop your questions into the chat.
Yes.
Yeah, we will read them live, answer them live.
Got some good questions.
Yes. Oh man, we got some good questions already coming up.
Yes.
So, and also, if you can hear us or if there's too much feedback, let us know right now so we can try to correct it before we get going. Let us know how if you can hear us.
And this is real. This is raw. So we're testing this.
Yes.
So yes, we are talking to people that we, family that we have like helping us monitor the chat because we want to make sure that it's good for you guys. So this is just how are you feeling?
Excited. Very excited. Number one, because it is hard for people to stay committed to something for this long, and that we were consistent. That is one of my hugest issues in life that I can say is consistency. My kids can tell you, one of my kids, hello Marie, she just joined us live. They can tell you I started a lot of things that I don't finish. So for me to be consistent in this, weekly, is huge
For
a whole year.
Yeah, this is 50. Or
I know it's the opposite.
Yes. It's been a year. July made it a year for us.
Yes.
So yes. Oh, we got food. I think our women are coming down. So upstairs, so we are at Miles Market here in Saginaw. And upstairs they are having girls' night out. And so that looks delicious.
That looks delicious.
Look, I can't see.
Can you see? Because that's one thing we love to do. One of the reasons why we picked this spot, we love to support small, local owned businesses.
Yes.
You'll hear us talk about some of them, throughout some of our podcasts, because we both are small business owners as well, and especially if they're women owned, we really try to support that way as well.
Yes.
So
we are.
Do we want to get started?
I don't know. So we're gonna talk to you guys, but then we're also gonna talk to our ladies that's in the audience. So hey, ladies.
Hey. Thanks. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is everyone down? That I think everybody kind of have seen everybody. Are we missing anyone?
They'll trickle in as they need to.
Okay, all right, whatever she said. They'll trickle in.
Let's go.
Okay. She ready? Yes, because this hot flash is hitting too. My fan is really loud, and I don't want to bring it closer, but I need to bring it closer because
Right.
Okay. Well, look, y'all. And that's one of the things we'll be talking about tonight too, is menopause. I know I don't look like I should be in it, but I'm in it, and it's loud because it's anyway. But thank you, ladies, for joining us. We are so excited. As if you've planned any events, you know that you can expect about half of the people who RSVP. You are the half, so thank you for remaining committed. Yes, and we truly believe that who is supposed to be in the room is here in the room with us tonight. And so it is our prayer, our desire that you leave a better woman, you leave empowered, you leave encouraged, you leave having met a new friend.
Yes.
Because we are all about sisterhood. Like Margot and I have known each other for
need to count the years.
We do years, but even though we went to the same church, we did not.
When they were little, when she was still home little.
Because I think Abby and Belle was in daycare when I was a daycare
worker
at the church.
Mhm.
But we never connected or clicked. It was like, hey, how you doing? And you kept it going. And I think it was we even did the life coaching class together,
Yep.
and still
And we
didn't.
still, hey,
Yeah.
chit chatted a little bit.
Yes.
And like I share this all the time. I was going through a season where I was in between relationships with men, and I was praying for God to send me a good, godly woman, a girlfriend that I could lean on and do things with and support. And I can't tell you how long I prayed for that, at least maybe 6 months. And then here she comes.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I think
Yeah.
you called me, I called you.
Yeah, I don't
called
even know how it
me. I
happened.
think
Yeah.
it was just crazy. And look, and now we stuck together like glue. But
You got mama to one of my kids.
I know
now.
my goddaughter is in the audience.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yes. So we started the Jay and Margot show a year ago. July made it a year for the Jay and Margot show. This is our 50th episode. So what we would like for you ladies to do, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm nervous, y'all. Like I had a conversation with a couple of ladies. Like this makes me nervous because I'm out in front of people. Behind closed doors, like I'm relaxed. I'm like I can get it, but like I'm sweating, y'all. Like we really could take some paper towels and I could like wash up with my sweat right now. That sounded great.
But we keep it real.
We do.
Keep it real.
And so if you go back and see any of our episodes, this is literally how we are. Like we don't edit it, and that really because we can't pay for it right now. and we don't take the time to edit it. Like you get the real and raw of it.
Yes.
But we just realized like we have some really good conversations. Like you ever have a conversation with your girlfriend and you'd be like, oh my goodness,
we would constantly say we should be recording this, like so not only because we need to hear it over and over again ourselves. Because the minute I hang up with her, one of my kids is acting up again. But then I need her in my ear again, telling me, act right. So your kids can act right, for that reason. But not only for that, but for other people. Because if we're going through it, we know other people are going through it.
Yes. And so we meant like record, like we would try and find apps to record our conversations on the phone because we would say things and I would be like, I can't repeat that. So I hope you got that.
Yeah, because it was Holy Spirit led.
Yes.
We're God-fearing women, number one.
Mm-hmm.
So we always say, even though we talk about God, whatever you believe, it's still the same level.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you have to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. So even if you don't believe in God, at least believe in yourself. And I have this thing like I'm not going to say I'm radical, but my relationship with God is a little different than most because when I got the revelation that God, I'm created in his image and in his likeness, I am his child. That means I'm a God. Now, I ain't that God, but he gave us authority. He gave us dominion. He gave us power. So if something in my life isn't lining up right, I have to do something about it.
Yes.
I have to make that change. You know how we want to make our parents proud? God is waiting on us to make him proud. Like he was like, I done told you what to do. I done gave you the instructions. I done gave you, go do what you need to do. Like I don't know if everybody, no, y'all don't have kids. We but for the women that do, like we push our children and we give them wisdom and counsel because we want them to be great. We want to see them succeed,
do better.
God is the same way with us. So if he gave us step by step, like he laid it out for us, oh, you better believe I'm act like my daddy. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Yes. So
let me give a quick shout out because my grandbaby's watching and he thinks grandma's on TV. Hi, Papa. I love you. Granny loves you.
Yes, because we do say, I don't know, like, do you guys listen to podcasts or watch podcasts? What's one of your favorite podcasts?
Dr. Mark Hyman. He's a functional medicine therapist.
Dr. Mark Hyman.
Okay.
I know it sounds funny.
Look, I know.
Only the adult women understand that one.
Look, I was like, oh, okay. What kind of doctor is it? One of my favorites is Mel Robbins podcast.
Yes, Mel Robbins.
Like she's amazing. And so we always say that one day you guys are going to see the Jay and Margot show. We're going to be syndicated. We are going to
In the
be
household,
nationwide.
yeah.
Yes, look. But yes, so yes, she is on TV. Papa's.
Papa. I call him
Papa,
Papa. She
Papa.
said he loved it. He heard it. I am a grandma. For those who don't know, I have. We have to introduce ourselves because there
Okay,
are people here who have never been to our podcast. But I am a mom of 6. And I have 4 grandbabies now. Woo! And she always gets mad at me because I don't talk about my other stuff. But I've been a life coach for about 5 years now. 7.
Has it been 7 years
Yes,
since we
because
did
the
that?
same year as my construction business. I own and operate Sorolla Construction.
Mhm.
I'm a licensed contractor in the state of Michigan.
Bad, y'all.
For 7 years.
Bad. So if you got some work you need done, and when construction is construction, so if you needed a room added, she can add a room.
All of that.
You need a kitchen renovation, she could build a house. I say she building my house, but I'm gonna let her continue.
And then I also have my own brand called No Guts, No Grind, No Glory. And that stems from everything that I have been through about never giving up. So that is kind of the reason why we did this podcast as well, because we want to make sure that nobody feels left behind or alone, because there have been times, she said that she's going to cry, where I have felt.
That's her daughter, y'all.
Yeah, where I felt alone, even though I have family and my sister's here too. She's one of my biggest supporters for my kids, helping me with my kids. Sometimes you just feel alone, ashamed or embarrassed for the decisions that you've made. So we've been through that's my sister. We've been through it. And that's our heart. When we say we're here for you, we are here for you. No matter what it is. I don't think that there isn't anything that either her or I have not been through. We cover the gamut of things. So
We do.
Tap in.
Listen, and to make us yin and yang, she left one thing out, and I'm gonna bring it in. But for those of you who don't know, I'm Jay, the Jay and Margot. I am happily married to my husband. Sweet. Well, that's not his name.
Yes, it is. Yes, he does.
Okay. For 18 years, I am the proud mother of 4 daughters. I have no grandkids. I am the owner and operator of the Invisible Secretary, which is a virtual assistant business helping small businesses with their administrative duties or needs. I'm also an author. I have written a children's book, which I need to continue, but this is where we're big on accountability too.
Yes.
So, sometimes you get started in things and then you start to doubt yourself. And it's like, oh, can I really do this? But I am a published author. I'm also a travel agent. So if you want to go anywhere. Look, go talk to Nikki. Go talk to Nikki because she'll tell you, I'm going to get you together wherever you want to go. I got you. I'm also a DJ. I'm one of Saginaw's, maybe one of 2 female DJs.
Yeah.
Yes. I know I'm forgetting something. Oh, the biggest thing. Not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that I'm Jay. But I am a 2-time breast cancer survivor. Thank you. I have my own nonprofit called LIT, L-I-T, which stands for Live It Through, because as a survivor, you lived it through. You are still here to live life and to celebrate it, to live in community. So basically, when we say we have done it all, we've done it all. So and that's what I was getting ready to say. So if you're married, got you covered. If you're single, got you covered.
If you divorced, got you covered. if you co-parenting, got you covered.
I do that too. We're like, look, whoa, no.
What happened?
No, because that'll probably come out in due time. I'll tell you later. So tonight was basically a way for us to celebrate being consistent, like Margot said, celebrating our 50th episode a year. And we wanted to involve the community because we want to do this with other women. we've realized if we go through this, you go through this, other women go through this. And for some reason, society has made us close our mouth. Like we're ashamed or we can't share or I'm in this by myself when no, we all go through it. And I always say, God did not create us to live alone.
Nope.
He created us to live in community.
Yes.
He created us to live with one another. He created us to serve and help one another.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with the state of society nowadays, we are isolated.
Mhm.
Like we don't know our neighbors. We sometimes don't want to talk to our coworkers.
Well, you know, and social media creates that stigma because we always
Mhm.
see the highlighted reels, the best of
Mhm.
somebody's life. And we want to knock those barriers, those walls down, you know,
Mhm.
because when they say it takes a village to help raise kids, it takes a village just to live.
Yes, yes. And I say it takes a village to raise a kid, but it takes that same village to support that kid when they become an adult. And we are the adults, you know. We have what we call refreshers. Sometimes I get so in my head, I need a refresher. She'd be like, no, we talked about this. Or I'll tell her, no, we talked about this. I actually told her I'm gonna stop giving her advice because
I don't listen.
she don't listen. but yeah. Look, I always ask her, I'm like, are you the baby of the family? Because she like no.
I was Daddy's favorite. So I
Her
was spoiled.
sisters in the
I
room,
was
y'all.
spoiled, so I know.
But yes. So
Let's go on.
yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're gonna jump into this because we wanted to get started on time, so that way, if you ladies decide to go back upstairs and do a little karaoke or support the vendors, you have the opportunity
Yes.
to do that. So from the registrations, there was a lot that like we had to try and figure out how to cover it in the time and that we were going to be with you guys, and I don't know if we'll be able to do that because like the number one was faith and purpose. Then came relationships and parenting, and then mental health, then self-worth and confidence, then boundaries and balance, and then women issues like menopause.
Yes.
Maybe we'll start there with number one, and then and grief. I'm not. Maybe I was going to say maybe we should start with menopause because we just, if you check out our channel, the month of July was dedicated to menopause, like how to deal with it. Like I got this fan, I don't go anywhere without it. But keeping it real and raw, yeah, I sleep in the bare minimum because at night the night sweats be hitting. I have the ceiling fan going, the central air is on. I have my husband put a AC unit in the window, and then I got like a little fan on my nightstand. Like that's how bad the night sweats get. But one of the ways to help is that bare minimum. Now my husband ain't complaining about it either. But man, during the day I ain't figured it out because I ain't trying to go to jail for indecent exposure.
Right.
But I dress light, layer.
And then to explain that why she's so young and going through it is because of the treatments from the
chemo.
cancer.
From chemo.
So
look, and they tried to get me to like preserve my ovaries. They wanted to give me a shot, and I was like, for what? And it was like, oh, to keep your ovaries. And I said, for what? Oh, in case you want to have more kids. Didn't I have to put on my intake form that I got 4 kids? And they girls at that? I'm good. No, I don't need them. Like, please.
Macaroon?
Hold on. Where my
Here.
here's a pen. No, I got one. Maca root.
And
Root. Pill liquid. Pills. Somebody said powder.
Yeah, you do. You take it too.
But I don't
Okay.
Take it for that. It can help your shape too.
Oh, yes! Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Really? Because we was just
We
talking
were
about
talking
that.
about that. Seriously.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
You're gonna make me cry.
We were just talking that if you maca root, if you guys did not hear that, go back and listen to our menopause episode, and we were talking about the dryness and
Yes.
just not feeling like yourself anymore, tired and drained and no ambition, so
Yes.
and this is why we do it. Yep, because
Yes.
we just learned something here tonight, and we will get it and review it and let y'all know how
We will.
each of us.
And I'm gonna probably do the pill for him because powder sound like I gotta give myself extra time in the morning to mix something. Let me pop a pill. But yes, I was like, I don't even want to be intimate anymore because my girl don't rub up.
She don't
the way-
girl no
yeah,
more.
the way she used to.
See, I told her that my doctor said that. Yep. Oh. Interesting. I never even heard of those.
Great. Okay. Thank you for attending the Jay and Margot show.
Yes. See, this is why you were here tonight. So yes. Exactly. Yes.
And
Yeah. Thank you. Amazon. All right.
listen, and so one of the questions was, let me find it really quick. One of the questions was how to balance and holistic support methods. And so we always want to be respectful and mindful. So whoever, if you're in the room tonight and this was your question, how to balance and holistic support, we're kind of going to start here because this is how it happened. Yeah, because for me, like I'm struggling, and just again keeping it real, I had even went and bought I bought some lubricant. But my husband didn't like it because he was like, I need you natural.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And so now I'm discouraged because I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do because it's not you, it's me. Like them Dear John letters, it's not you, it's me. And he'll understand. He was like, well, you like 18 years, my drive was like boom through the roof. And now it's like, good night. Don't even. And, you know. Really?
Good.
That's
good.
awesome. Look.
Reduce your processed foods too.
Okay, you hear this? Another tip was reduce your processed foods.
They actually, because processed foods actually have chemicals in it
Yeah.
that your body doesn't identify. They don't know what to do with it. So
Really?
then they think sometimes, because my daughter has an autoimmune illness, sometimes your body thinks that it's being attacked. So like a lot of the oil that you buy in the store, if it's really processed, your body doesn't know what to do with it.
That's why coconut oil is the best to use.
Oh,
Coconut oil.
nice.
What's your name?
That's Sonia.
Tanya. Let's get you a show right over here.
A lot of it, and I was talking to your sister, a lot of it was why I went vegan 10 years ago.
Okay.
Was because going through menopause, the night sweats, digestive issues, but once I changed the way I ate and just different stuff, it helped a lot of stuff get back in line. So even with the night sweats, it was bad to where it's like leaving a corpse.
Yep.
Like you get an outline.
Yep.
Yep. But now I still have minimal hot flashes. Like during the day, I might get a little quick flash, but no night sweats.
Wow.
No hot flashes like that.
Now, how is alcohol in this? Because her and I were, because we talked about that.
I'm not a drinker, but I will drink occasionally.
And do you get it immediately after consumption?
They say
Because
if
we've-
you do have to have alcohol, according to the AID, the autoimmune diet, tequila is the purest, most natural form.
Hey,
Tito's is
Tito's.
vodka.
Okay, that's vodka. Yeah.
Listen, Maya.
Tito's. If you're a vodka drinker, Tito's.
Listen, last year we went on a cruise to celebrate Margot's 50th birthday and my husband's 50th birthday, and we did a tequila tour. And when I tell you, they are playing us over here in the United States. Yes, yes,
Because the pureness.
Yes.
Like, man, you don't get no hangover. It don't taste like
it's
it
not
does here.
strong like
Yeah.
bite.
It is nice and smooth. That's where I met my girl Nikki. over there. That's my family. I got a whole new family from that cruise.
Yes,
So.
yes.
Processed. Yep. Yep.
They don't allow near none of
They sure don't.
that they put in our food for the same product,
Yep.
but it's banned over
And that's what I was telling her, that one of the ladies I love to listen to on Instagram, she moved back to her home country, and it was somewhere in like Senegal or something. She didn't change her eating habits. She still ate the same amount, at the same times or whatnot. And she lost 20 pounds like within a few months. And she said, they don't tell you how processed our stuff is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even the white flour, if they say they've added ingredients, they're spraying it with over.
Exactly.
Mm.
It's still part of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's organic, and you've got sprayed vitamins, so they can say that they've got all these vitamins.
Wow.
It's still processed.
Wow.
Your body doesn't identify it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like you're saying, I can say it's 100% juice, and I just put droplet out of Kool-Aid.
And that's crazy. Yep.
How much?
Exactly. Exactly.
You go with, and then you get into menopause, the first thing they want to do is put you on medication.
Mm.
Right.
They're gonna give
Yep.
you a hormone replacement.
Right.
They're gonna give you this,
Yep.
they're gonna give you that. I just can't take medicine like that. I just can't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
not a pill popper. Like, I always want to find something natural. And there's so many things that, you can try, but because you don't know or you don't research it or you don't have the time to do it, it's just like, let me just take this.
Yep.
pill
And it's more of that.
and
Yep.
just get on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we have brought people onto our show
Mhm.
who have more expertise than us. So get with us after. We might have to revisit this
Yes,
menopause,
yes,
from
yes.
somebody with more experience.
And unfortunately, like I believe that was the answer to the how to balance holistic support methods,
Holistic.
because we kind of struggle with that because we're not all the way holistic yet.
Yeah.
Although we're striving to be, and we're working in we're moving in that direction. That was a hard one, but we didn't want to leave it uncovered. But God got us.
Yep,
'cause
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. So
It's
we
a-
do have other questions that did come in that we want to get to, because believe it or not, we're almost at 30 minutes already.
Yes.
That's how quick our time goes by.
Yes.
Somebody else submitted online, should a woman pursue a man? Woo, that is a hot topic. So we,
You say yes.
all right. See? Okay, now we did talk about this because I was raised, women don't. And being a single woman, though, in our day and age, it's kind of hard because there's so much mixed messaging out there now. And then too, it's layered. And so my friend here, my girlfriend is like, you see it, go get it. Okay.
Well, and to an extent, you see it, you go get it. We're not aggressive. We're not reckless. We're not like ratchet with it. But for me, yeah, we're
Thank you. Not thirsty,
But my
not
thing
thirsty,
is,
yeah.
it's okay to let him know you're interested.
Yeah.
But I'm not calling you every day, good morning, King, what you need today.
Right.
No, if we, go ahead.
All right.
However, if I ever found myself single, I absolutely will be walking the halls of Home Depot.
Okay, you know what?
I got a ring. Well, I don't. I do not wear my ring, except when I go to church. I just feel like it can be on your finger, but if it ain't in your heart.
That part, yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
We have a split room here. Y'all. Some women say yes, some women say no.
But not really, because you know that look on my face.
He might have his ring on because he's working.
Right.
He can let me know.
But
Like,
he
I
just let
appreciate
you know I'm
I'm
married.
married.
That's exactly
But
what I'm saying.
absolutely, life is too short to sit around and wait for somebody to holler.
Yes.
I'm going
Yes.
So let
Like that
Yes.
was asking for a man there. She said she's 24 years together. You know her 7 years married. And if she finds herself by herself, she's walking around. This may be an unpopular
want nobody, do you?
I don't want nobody.
No, see, and you know what? Thank you.
I love you, sweet. I love you, sweet, but I
We
ain't
have
married
somebody
again.
in our audience that says that they're married right now, but they
28
find
years.
themselves single again. They is not looking for nobody else. Now let me tell you something, because I'm stuck between a rock and a hard. She told me to get honest with myself. She's like, "Do you even really want to be married again?"
Cause she'll meet somebody, y'all, and just she'll be like, "Nope, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. I don't like that." Yes, thank you, Candy. Thank you,
But
Candy.
see, I don't even feel like it is, because my sister, my family can tell you what I have been through. I have fought for the peace that I have now. Now, my kids that are still home don't think I'm at peace because I'm riding their tails and they want me distracted with some man. But when somebody comes into my life, if it's not meshing or blending, it's like, nah, nope. Exactly.
It's not. I don't call it settling, but there's no such thing as a perfect man or a perfect woman. So there's going to be some, and when I say friction, yes, there's compromise there. This one not compromising, and I'm like, you just need to stay single.
Women, we want somebody to love us unconditionally, but then here we come with all these conditions.
Thank you, Candy.
Here, 'cause I have, okay. So, I had a daughter out of wedlock. I got pregnant my freshman year in college. I was very naive. I was not ready to go to a Big Ten school.
Yeah, I should.
I got.
No, I said you should be here. I know we need a mic for the audience.
Happened to, and I lived at home. Bless my parents for supporting me. I'll never. They did never.
So the people online can hear better.
They supported me 100%. And once I could get on my own 2 feet, I literally prayed and I said, God, send me a man who's like my dad, who puts family first.
Mm.
The only thing I prayed for. 1 week later, she called me.
No,
and said,
it's my fault, y'all.
Well, he wasn't my husband then, but he said, hey, Mike Bayback called and wanted your number. Okay, I always stayed in that American man. He was white. And I thought, my brother was testing me. I had just prayed, and I'm like, man, you gotta be sick with your prayers.
Yes.
But I had to analyze, why am I feeling that way? And that wasn't right. And so I said, okay, fine. And as I'm on the phone with her, he was calling on the other line. And so I'm like, all right, go ahead. He was supposed to be my practice man. And I ended up marrying him. But you know what? He proved to me it's not having everything in common. He's not my everything. He is there to support
That part.
Yes.
He's there to support my daughter. He's there to be a help.
Somebody in the audience said he's what you need.
He's not a romantic man. But you know what? There are things he's done that to me, because at that point as a single mom who was living on and getting teacher salaries with pennies, probably $32,000 was my salary, but after benefits and everything, I was probably living on $28,000. His first major gift to me was a brand new stove.
Oh.
Everything he ever gave me was to help me, was right. So that's how I knew he was for me.
Right.
And even though my family was like, because he can come off the wrong way. But because he wanted me, everything he did was to help me succeed and be a good mom. And he was showing me he could be a good provider and
Yeah.
help me.
Yeah.
That's how I chose him. And to this day, he still does everything that he started out with.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
daddy told him. He reminds me of this. He says, he spoiled her. You got to keep this up.
Yeah. That part. Yeah.
He told my daddy that he would, and he has.
Yeah.
You said something though that when you said that he kind of wasn't your type because he dated a certain
Yeah.
woman. And I heard something the other day on the internet, and I was like, man, when they say about how somebody's not my type, well, I like them tall, I like them dark, I like them this, I like them that. And the lady said, you're looking for physical attributes, not your type.
Yep.
When the rubber meets the road and stuff gets hard, a six-pack abs. And
That part.
So we're
Yep.
looking for all these physical things
Yep.
as my type, where you said, I want somebody like my dad. It didn't come packaged when you thought
Right.
it was, but it was exactly what
It's
you needed.
it's that
So,
character
we
and
have to
integrity.
get,
Yep.
Well, I don't want to go out with him because he's not my type. He's not this, because we're focusing on the physical part of it.
Yep.
Where it's just like, well, what are those attributes that I always say, and my mother told me this, you get you somebody that if you can't wipe your butt, he will wipe your butt.
That part. Woo, I hope you heard that loud and clear. Yes.
Yes.
That's what we need to be looking for.
Amen.
Yes, and you know
Amen.
what, and that's why I say I think it's important that it's okay for us to let a man know that we're
Yes.
interested. But as far as pursuing and making it happen, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
Because men were created to be providers. They were created to be protectors. They were created to take the lead.
Yeah.
And if we're always taking the lead, then what do we need him for?
Exactly.
In this world, they gotta worry about if I show too much interest, that's harassment.
Okay, so the point that somebody
else
just
made.
made is that if a man shows too much interest, then that could be considered harassment, which you are absolutely
That's true.
right.
And you know what? We actually did an episode with Melvin and Adrian. We had men on the show to help answer some of those questions, though, too.
I'm married.
Yeah,
She's definitely married. She's definitely
But
married.
it's very true.
If you hear that,
Yeah, it's very true that especially like a lot of women, and I'm not even going to put this on women. I know that it's going to sound a certain way. Like we like to dress, we
Mhm.
like to show off what we work for, what we have, and there's women that get upset when men show too
Interest.
much interest
That's
because of that. So yes, men have a lot on their shoulders when it
That's
comes to being respectful and having boundaries, you know. But I think us as women can help lead with that too. So
Yes.
when we talk about pursuing, we talk about reciprocatory. It's got to be reciprocal. I can't say the word that I'm looking for. Yeah, but you got to help show them too that you're interested and that you're inviting that as well. But don't overdo it, you know, because then that's when you're chasing somebody. And us as women, we attract. We don't chase stuff down.
Mhm.
So the minute you start feeling like you're doing too much, you're probably doing too much. Yeah.
Mhm.
But a lot of times we can run men off with our actions and our
Yes.
behavior.
Yes.
I say this, I don't know if you all ever read the book Song of Solomon, but we studied that book. And a lot of that book, I will say I was married for 20 some years and I didn't get divorced. I was like, what's the problem? And then when I started reading that book, one of the things he brought up was, and I'll say no offense to anybody, but as minority women, as a black woman, I feel like I always have to be in control.
Oh, yeah.
So a
Mm.
lot of times we can emasculate a man and we
Definitely.
don't even realize it. So he'll say, hey babe, let's go to dinner. Where we going? Why we gotta go there? We don't want to go there. Instead of just going.
Yeah.
Or if we're driving somewhere and he was supposed to get off on the exit, you missed the exit. No, just keep on riding and let him drive 25 miles and then figure it out.
And that's hard for us to do. Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, we can get into a thing where we talk too much. And I'm talking from personal experience
Mhm.
because I'm a Leo and I'm very aggressive.
Woo!
And so, I'm like the total opposite of me, and he's changed me a lot.
Yes.
He speaks to people he don't know. They have guns on their hips, and we in gang territory. And he is friendly.
Really. See, and you know, and I'm glad you brought that up because as women, and especially Black women, because if we just showed a little bit of emotion, we're aggressive or we're upset. But in a relationship with a man, like we have to learn how to tone that back, bring it down. Because I had to do that with my husband because he was like, we not gonna do that. And one of the issues when we did premarital counseling, the pastor was like, I need you to do 5 things, write down 5 things you love about this person you want to marry, and 5 things you don't like. So when we had our next session, we came back. His number one thing was that she always telling me where to go or like how to get to our destination. And I'm like, well, because you go all out the way. Like, the shortest distance between point A and B is a straight line, and you be going all the way around. And he was like, so I'm driving. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to save you gas money. And he was like, well, I'm putting the gas in it. Car, why does it matter? And I'm like, but like you say, like my husband has made me a better woman because I've had to make some changes, and it wasn't for the worst.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
and sometimes we think like you gotta take me as I am. No, the
No.
way you are is toxic.
That part.
So, boo, I'm gonna
Yeah.
need you to work on that.
Yeah.
You know.
And the other thing, because I have been in and out of marriage and single for so long, that it's hard for me to let a man do for me. And she has to tell me, girl,
let him do
let
that.
him do
let
it.
him
He
pay
said,
for dinner.
Yeah, they gonna let him do it.
Because I believe in how you start something is how you finish it. So let him be that man. Let him pay. Let him.
If you need help, my thing is let him do it, because a lot of times, I'm not being funny, but men have lost their place in this world.
They have.
She said
Yes.
men have lost their
A lot of times
place.
We as women have talked too much.
We
Yeah.
talk
done
too much.
We don't know
Do
when to
too
be
much.
quiet.
Yep.
And then I've been in both of y'all seats, so when you get divorced, it's like, I don't need a man. I don't need a-" And then, they see that on you.
Yep.
And
Yep.
sometimes you don't know when to be quiet.
Yep.
Because you just always have something to say.
I'm gonna
That
have Nikki
part.
come get the mic though. You okay? I'm sure.
But I want to say I've been in that position before because I was single for 6 years.
She was
before
single
I actually got
for 6
into a new
years.
relationship.
A new relationship. Woo woo! That's my guy.
The restaurant, I don't need you. I got my own money.
She got her own
So
money.
it was hard. And
It was
someone
hard.
come in and actually help. So even
To let
because
him
I put
come
up
in and
stuff for
help.
years
She,
by myself.
Right.
So when he
It's
come
the
in, like,
years
I just know I got this. I
She
didn't know I
was-
got this.
she
I made
was-
everything so easy because I was used to doing it by myself.
Right.
But I did have to learn
she had
to
to
let him
learn
in because I felt
to
like.
let him in.
What-
but let me say this.
What do you really
ladies.
need him for if you're doing it all yourself? Yup.
That's what we need to change.
Yup.
Yes.
To make
Yup.
myself-
We need to put something like another man instead of say, I want.
I want a man.
Because
Yup.
if you need something, once you no longer need it,
You
don't
yup.
need
You don't.
it.
Yup. That's
But let
right.
him-
I want you, that means
Yes.
I'm choosing.
Exactly. Yes.
But let me say this to Maya, to Nikki, to Candy, to Sanetta, like, isn't it beautiful to be taken care of?
Yeah.
To be the princess, or the queen, and you don't have to do.
Did you all hear that?
Yes. Like sometimes people will say something to me. They'll say something to me, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Because even and like at work, that I get ready to move something, and I'm like, oh no, we're maintenance set. I ain't moving this. Because if my husband don't make me move it, then I'm not.
I just want to add to that. My husband actually told me when we were dating, I think it was 3 or 4 years into dating, and we talked about everything because he had been divorced. I was a single mom, and I was making my own money. He literally said to me that it's very intimidating that you don't need me.
Yeah.
It was very
And so
intimidating
it
that
was
she didn't need her
established.
husband.
I had my own house.
Yeah.
I was paying my own bills. I didn't need him. But then that also gave me the power to say,
Mhm.
you don't walk into my house and
Mm.
just pop yourself on the TV if I'm in the kitchen cooking. What if you walk in? You greet me. You greet my daughter. You say hello. You can set the rules. And it as a woman, what do you expect from him?
Set an
as a man?
expectation. That's what it is. Yeah.
Listen.
You're not gonna sit there and sit at my table when I'm trying to teach my daughter to eat her vegetables and she sees you not eating your vegetables.
Look.
There's a lot
See,
that goes on.
And there's so much, and I'm gonna kind of crack the lid a little bit, but I don't know if this was somebody out there or somebody in this room, but ladies, if you want a man, you want a husband, and you have male children, let that man be the man. Don't put your son before that man, because he not gonna stick around long, because he can't be 2 men in the house. With my 4 daughters, I tell them all the time, it's just like I have 2 adult daughters, but if you're in my house, this is my palace. There's only 2 grown women that get to say what happens in this house and what doesn't happen in this house. And if you can't live and abide by the rules that I set, it's time for you to have your own place. And I have conversations with a lot of men who they like a certain woman, but if her son say this is what he want for dinner, forget what her man want. Like, no, that's so out of order. But we gonna go into the next question because we want to get through our questions.
Before we
And
hit this next one, does anybody got a question that they want to turn
About
in
this?
before?
Okay, because we got enough, but we just wanted
Yeah,
to
wanna
make
make
sure
sure.
we cover everybody.
So
here.
another one from the audience is, let's discuss, does coochie smell? Like, what's normal and what's not? Okay?
It's not normal.
Huh?
Fish is not normal.
Fish
She
is
said
not
fish.
normal.
But it is, but there is an odor. The vagina.
Because
What you eat.
What you
It will
eat.
Tell you, oh, your pH balances, it goes to what you're putting in your body.
And that is so true. And that is true for women and men.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it also is, it has a pH balance, but it also is what you wash up with.
Right.
There's yeah. And that's what we was gonna
So douching. Should women be douching? Should
That throws the balance off.
It throws it off. It does.
You know, like I said, it goes to, yes, you do need to balance your pH levels. But so many people want to do shortcuts. I want to take this, I want to put this in there, I want to,
Yeah, your
squeeze
diet
that in
is
there.
gonna
But then
alter.
I'm eating all this junk that's affecting
Right.
your internal.
Mm.
And even with people, you can see people and they look like they're in shape and they just like, wow, look at their body. But your organs are right.
Bathroom behind them.
So it's about what, and like you said, it's men too.
Yep.
What they put in their bodies, that is going to affect their odor, their
Yep.
smell.
Yep.
And I know we talked about the okra water where you said you can't.
The what water?
Okra water. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you
Okra
take
water.
chlorophyll, liquid chlorophyll,
Chlorophyll?
and you put it in water and drink it, it will eliminate. It will help eliminate.
Oh,
body
yeah.
odor.
I did a post on that.
Really?
When you look at my face, it's me holding the green cup because every time I take a picture, it's getting more light and stuff.
A lot of little guys aren't taught how to write. They're not taught how to open and say stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's 10 and 11 and 12-year-old girls that don't know to write front to back.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that's just like you're supposed to just know it, but they're not taught that. So
Right.
you get a lot of those issues and they don't learn that till they're adults.
And you know what? That's not one of our questions or topics, but that is something that we should probably cover. Because there's a lot that I didn't learn until I became an adult. And I remember at one point when I was younger, like in my 20s, I was so mad at my mom because she didn't teach me, but
It is.
she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And we have
Yeah.
to think about the fact, like my grandmother was raised in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't have the things
Yep.
that they needed, so she couldn't teach her. So I had to realize, like, okay, now that I know, I need to teach my daughters, you know,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
Stay away from Bath and Body Works.
You know what?
Stay with-
I have two things. When you say generation
Yeah.
of women, well, I'm a notary and I get different weird law agencies that ask me to do these weird things. These lawsuits occur, and it's for one of them is Johnson and Johnson.
Mhm.
Okay? Okay, so you should sign up with NNA.org or whatever, and then, okay. But anyway, I say this because I go to reach this lady as a notary and say, hey, there's some money for you. There's a lawsuit, apparently you ended up with cervical cancer from putting powder, her grandmother, her mother, her. So they died, they let that lawsuit, if you Google it, it's been going on for a long
Wow.
time. They let these two unfortunately die, the grandmother and the mother. So this is gonna get the money, but
Wow.
she has it too.
Wow.
But they kept telling her, here, this is what I said.
because it helped with the sweat and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
smell.
but people
huh?
don't know.
Well, here's the deal, but yeah, it was helping with the smell, but then it also contributes
To the
the
smell.
So then she
Yeah.
was like, I said, so what was that? She was like, when it would smell, I would put a little more. So she was setting herself 3 times more.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear the audience because we don't have a mic in the
I
audience,
think
but she
Mercedes
was
said they can hear.
okay. She
Yeah.
was talking about the Johnson and Johnson. A lot of us were raised to use the baby powder, even on your baby.
Yeah,
You know, for diaper rash or whatnot. And as you're growing up as women, when you start to feel moisture or sweat, you know, put it on beforehand and it helps control that, you know.
Mhm.
And she's saying there's lawsuits because people are getting cancer from it now.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So-
So at the end of the day, there is a normal order, pheromone.
Yep.
Yes, that we should have. But when it make you go like
Maybe that's the problem with society.
this,
today.
then that's not normal.
Yes, exactly. And men
Yes.
are going after men because they're smelling more like women than women smell like women. Come on, I'm serious. Maybe that's our problem.
Another thing I wanted to say. This is a grown-up.
You guys are
Yeah.
getting canceled.
This is a grown-up lane. The grown-up lane is one other thing. If we're were doing all the things that we listed correctly, you could get knocked off balance by him.
Oh, that's the truth. That is the truth. That's what I'm saying.
Or
Yep.
whatever's going.
That's why I said men and women, because if you've been married with somebody long enough, you know.
Yes.
So a big conversation of saying, are you
Because we don't talk that everything about our bodies, we perverted it to where we don't even know our natural body.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything is looked at so sexually that anything that does, if it's an older mask, if it's this, even there's a young lady that I follow online that keeps her natural body hair. Her
I
hair,
think
her
I've
hair,
ever
everything.
seen it,
And
yeah.
people, oh, you musty, you this and this, that. And she like, no, I'm clean.
I'm clean.
I clean myself, my body, I take care of it. But because we were taught that if you have underarm hair, you're unclean.
Mhm.
Right.
So now we take all that stuff to mask all of our natural stuff.
Yeah.
And like you said, we don't even know what it smells like because we
Mhm.
covered it up with
That's
that.
And not
right.
realizing that our pubic hair, our underarm hair is protection.
Yup. There's a
Yes.
reason. God gave it to us for
Yes.
a reason, and we try to wipe everything out.
Yes.
Yep.
So yes, if you are having a odor, go send us some DMs. We'll help you out
Yes.
with some things
Yep.
or whatever, or go see a doctor. But I'm like, Sonia, I'm not big on medicine because after I got diagnosed with cancer, both times they wanted me to do like this 5-year pill, and it didn't feel right to my spirit. And after praying about it, I said, I'm not being led to take that. And there's so many women that I talk to now that the side effects that they're having. Patty, we talked about this at the last meeting. Someone was saying that the medicine that she's taking, I can't remember what she was saying, it caused her teeth to fall out. And so it's like and that's why it's so important that we're in tune with our body. If you feel like, then that's your body trying to tell you this is not for you. Don't do it. And I feel like, look, if God didn't brought me to it or through it, then he goes, I'm gonna be okay at the end of the day, because we don't go anywhere until it's our time.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my chances on just living a natural, trying to get to holistic life. Sonia, go give me her information, whether she on Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
something. I got Sharika over there who already be dropping gems.
Yes.
So yes, but we gonna go into another question that someone submitted.
Okay, and then I think this will be the last one because we are like.
I
way
mean, unless
over.
the women are good,
We'll gauge
We're
it by
good,
the.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
because we live. This is our
That's true.
50th.
That's true,
Yeah. So just know you might have to watch this in sections if you come and catch the replay.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So go ahead.
So somebody submitted this
Oh
other
wait, we
question.
got another question.
Oh.
We had an online question.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. This was an online question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
So somebody submitted online, balancing work, politics, and avoiding the mental exhaustion that comes with it.
Wait, say that again.
Balancing work, politics, and avoiding the mental exhaustion that comes with it.
Now, when I saw this question, I felt like I could have wrote this question
Yes.
because I've been dealing with some things at
Yes,
work,
yes.
and I have legit, like, I've even had to go to HR and have a conversation about how I've been feeling, because I'm like, I come to work. That's it. You pay me to do a job. I'm gonna do this job. Now, if I, make friends, if I make besties over there, one of my besties is over there, then that's fine. But when it gets into the drama, when it gets into this is how I do it, and you should do it this. No, I don't want to do it this way, or you don't agree with me. That's fine. I don't care because you're not my boss. And sometimes your directors or your supervisors don't care. But I just felt like that was a question by me, but it wasn't my question. But
For me, because I was in corporate America for 18 years,
Mhm.
and I was in a group of men, male-dominated field. I was in computer science. I was a programmer before a lot of females were programmers in that day. And it was a man's world where I worked. And they had a way of doing things, and the way that they looked at females was, I know with all my heart that they didn't even realize they were being that way. So it is a balancing. Like she calls me, we have to talk, because you have to be respectful, But then you also have to learn how to stand your ground as well, because you have a voice too.
Yes.
And you don't want to create a hostile work environment, because that's where that stress comes from. And so when they're talking about the mental exhaustion, that is where that comes from, not being heard, feeling like you're being walked all over. And the advice that I gave her is, number one, always walk in love. Number one. Because a lot of times, a lot of people project their stuff and they do not realize they're projecting it. And like I told her, and she knows she's a strong woman, and she will tell somebody and it won't be respectful. And that's I told her, number two, you got to make sure it's respectful. And always know what your rights are, number one. And then make sure that you're well within that. And like she said, she had to even go to HR. Do that.
Yes.
If you are at a loss and you do not know, do that. And even if you fear retaliation, let me tell you something, document
Everything. Yes.
Okay? Because nobody should fear anything. And again, this is why we're here. We have been through it, and we can help people walk through it as well. And I actually had somebody, a male, physically come and touch me at work like this while I'm working. He didn't realize what he was doing. And immediately I tensed up and I turned around and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Try to play it off. And I stood up, walked out politely, because I didn't want him in my space after that. I didn't ask you to do that. You don't know me. I don't know you. I'm not a plaything. And I went into the break room to get myself something to drink and kind of calm down. And he comes in behind me, trying to play it off, because I think he kind of realized, something was a little amiss there. And I'm like, I didn't invite that in. And I don't know. I did not do anything to give you the idea that that was okay. And he knew I was divorced. That was the other thing. He knew I was divorced. So some people will try to play with you, knowing what your home life kind of is about too. And I could tell his dismissal, this dude is trying to play. So I took it to my mentor, who is also a man, who was one of his best friends. But that was my next level of management at that point. And I made him aware of it. And I said, hey, I just want you to know, I was in my cubicle, minding my business. So-and-so came in uninvited and did this. I did not appreciate it. I walked off. I told him exactly what I did, and that he dismissed it. He was like, man, sorry that happened. I'm definitely going to speak to him. And he did. So standing up for yourself, they will nip it in the bud right away. Don't be afraid. And not only that, I went back to school, and I was going for a teaching degree at that time. And one of my instructors did something very similar, and even started calling my home, doing certain things. That scared me. And I don't know why at that point in my life, why I felt like I couldn't go to my instructor or anything like that. I don't know. But one of the girls I was having a project with, he called at the time her and I were meeting. And she was like, what? And I'm like, girl. And so I told her everything. She's like, you and I are going to go see the president of the university. I was like, what? Not even our teacher. And she was like, I will come with you. And this is why it's important to talk about these things and to discuss them. And she's like, I'll hold your hand. I'm going to be there with you. And that gave me the courage to go ahead and do it. I was scared. And I was even crying in there. And do you know what that president said to me? He was like, thank you for coming forward. This is exactly what we needed. You were not the only one.
But sometimes, so I do EEO, I do whistleblower, I do sexual harassment, I work for the federal government. So sometimes what happens is a lot of people don't come forward because they get blackballed.
Yeah.
So I've been in that situation. I'm a very strong person, so if you come to me, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break you. Don't put you. But the thing is, a lot of women are not like that.
Yeah.
So the first thing you're supposed to do is tell them, because they're gonna ask you this in court. I've been in court. They're gonna say, "What did you tell this person you didn't like that?" Well, no, that's the first question they're gonna ask, because the burden of proof is on
Yeah.
But the thing about it is now they have laws where if you see me touching on somebody, you can make a complaint and she don't have to say nothing.
Wow.
She doesn't have to say a word, but you can complain because it offended you.
Wow.
And so now they make it so hard though in that realm to where it's like the burden is on you, but mentally as a woman, while you're going through this, I went through this in the military. I was sexually harassed in the military and I had some other stuff going on, but they're sitting there questioning you like it was your fault. Wait, no, he came to my house. He cut my tires. No, I didn't go to his house. Why did you have this on? This is what I mean, like it was me.
Yeah.
And when they finish interrogating you, you don't want to say anything.
Right, exactly.
You second guessing yourself, but then I'm going back. This builds that wall of now you becoming you don't want to talk to a man because you're like, what do you want?
Yeah.
So now they've
You want
created in you hostility towards men because of what happened to you.
Yeah.
And so society now, I think they've taken it too far because, like you were saying, a guy can talk to you, but he's scared because it's like, she gonna say I'm sexually harassed.
Yeah.
You smell
Yeah.
good. She can go tell somebody I want to
said-
date her too. I said, what you prefer to come here thinking?
But one of the things that you said though is that society and even these companies have made it seem like they hold our lives in their hands. And that we're at their whim. You give me for 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever a day. You don't get to dictate my life, but they make us feel like we're so dependent on them that if I say something, I lose my job. And we forgot, even Jay, you said it. I'm his child.
Yes.
We have made our resources our source.
That part.
Yeah.
For the kids too.
Yeah.
God is our source.
That even
Yes.
if they are telling you you can lose your job, there's retaliation. Ultimately, I trust who I serve, that he's going to fight on my behalf.
Yes.
And I'm not worried about that.
Yes.
And you have to be fair, but you got to be firm. I am
Yes.
the only Black person in a whole township that all of my coworkers are white, and I'm the only Black person. And people are like, well, how do you feel? Fine.
Fine.
Right.
Yes.
I go in there, and I'm
Yes.
not saying they don't have questions, but okay, if I feel like it's getting disrespectful, they know, oh, don't cross the line because she'll say something. And I'll tell you, I'm not politically correct. So I'm going to tell it like I tell it.
Yes.
You know,
Seeing this something else is how do we raise our daughters to speak up?
Mm.
Because when my daughter was in the military, same exact thing. And but she had gone through some things in college too, because they paid for her college and then she had to do her 5-year service. I know this was the wrong thing to say. I know. I didn't know what else to say, but I would tell her because I would want to step in and take care of it. You know how I am, and you know how my daughter is. She's an A-type personality, and for her to feel that way is a lot. And so I'm like, well, we need to go take care of this. And she's like, no, I got it. And I would look at her, and I know this is not the way we should handle it, but I didn't know what else to do. I would look at her and I would say, you got 1 week. If you don't take care of it, I'm taking care of it. And
this is my sister.
and so
Mama Bear.
I
Yes.
wouldn't know how else to handle it because I didn't have the tools. What else? How else do you do that?
When you when you go to the military, you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So I was an accountant. I'm working in the logistics and I'm doing accounting. But over me is this warrant officer who's 23. And I'm new, I'm 19. And I just left the son at home. And he's going, oh, you need some help with this? You know, I just dropped by and I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, okay. Then I'm having a barbecue, just come on over and not paying any attention. Then I'm like, okay, then it started getting weirder and weirder.
Yep.
Well, now you're dating my friend to get to my house. And I'm like, why are you coming outside with these little shorts on without, I don't want to see that.
It's not just the military, it's corporate world.
It is.
I was-
It's
I was
everywhere.
in the corporate world at 19. I don't know this. I'm thinking that this is the job I'm going to retire from. So when you get your boss coming, rubbing on your shoulders, saying how good of a job you're doing, what do I have?
Exactly.
Who
Yes.
do I go against?
Yes.
Because
Yep.
this person is friends with HR.
Yep.
Right?
Mm.
Whose side are they going to take?
Yep.
I'm just this little person. I'm just a 19-year-old.
Yep.
They're going to take their word over mine.
Yep.
Right? Who do you do? Like, what do we do for our girls to teach them? This is not okay.
So, and I'm gonna say, Margot will tell you, one of my favorite words is next. Now, I am I'm a millennial baby. And so I got like a little bit of the generation before me in me, you know what I'm saying, where I was raised by my mother, my grandmother, and my grandfather were part of my life. So I have stability. I know, you know what I have a work ethic, you know. But then I'm also, oh, is this uncomfortable? Oh, is this what you're doing over here?
Yeah.
Next, I'm out. Because like you just said, God is our source. So whenever, and look, Angelique can tell y'all, God sets things in my lap. It's like giving candy to a baby. Was for me, he would literally, somebody would call me and be like, Jay, you looking for a job? And I'll be like, nope, but I know how God do it with me. What is it? Because he knows. So I would definitely, I'm out. And like, just keeping it real, where I'm at now, where I am now. I had to have a conversation because I'm like, look, if this is how this is going to be,
Right.
I don't want no part of it. And I don't have to be here. So we can tell our girls.
How you said you
Yeah.
teach your kids that. I grew up where my parents told me I don't have to be anywhere that I don't.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a job, that's a relationship.
Yes.
That's a place, that's a city, it's anything. So, I mean, it could be a double-edged sword because when it came to relationships, I kind of felt like, oh, is like you said, is this what we're doing? Next, and I'm
Next.
Listen,
you know,
I came up in a space where it's like, oh, you work for this job at this building, you work suit steward, this is where you're gonna retire from. So it's like, do I blow this up? Right?
Yes.
Or you know, you got this guy you're dating again, happily married. You're dating this guy. This guy has X, Y, and Z going on for himself. So just ignore that red flag because this is as good as it's gonna get. Not all of the girls, not all of the people are getting that information.
Nope.
So how do we get this out there? Let them know it's not okay for your boss to disrespect
Yep.
you. It's not okay to be touched when you don't want
Yep.
to be touched because rubbing your shoulders, while it's not quote unquote sexual, it is uncomfortable.
Very
Right?
uncomfortable. Yep.
How do we get that out there? That's this is
By
not
this,
okay?
doing what we're doing right now. Yep. And making it aware, telling your testimony. That's what it is,
Have
you
those
know?
conversations with
Yes.
my daughter. I
Yep.
have those conversations with my daughter. She's a teacher and she works for a principal that a lot of people leave the school. And like you, I got on the PTO and my child don't go there because I'm coming with some smoke, you know, some mine.
Right.
She's a teacher. So I'm just looking and you know, and I told her, and you know, fortunately the Holy Spirit said, you don't you say nothing, this is her battle. So I got my popcorn and I left school. I was getting really upset. So when she came home, she was just going, and she did this and she disrespected it. And I'm just sitting there, oh, okay. And I left.
Mhm.
I know what I want to say and I know what I want to do.
Yeah,
So
yes,
when I
yes.
came back home and I said, well, first of all, you need to pray about that. I said, because the first thing you need to do is know how to handle this. I said, but nobody's going to respect you until you demand that respect. I said, if you allow them to continue to belittle you and talk down to you, I said, that's what's going to happen. You graduated from Wayne State, you graduated from college at 16. So you have a lot of sense.
Mhm.
Don't let anybody take that from you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so she struggles with that. So now she's like, I don't know if I want to go back. She just had surgery. I don't know if I want to go back. I'm going back just to irritate you. I know, 'cause you don't want it.
Yes.
And I was
Yes.
But isn't it, as women, we're taught to be kind and polite. And if you have good people around you, you're not used to those situations. And it just, that's what shocks you. You're not used to that.
Mhm.
So then, just through conversation and exposing them to all this, you know, but they don't believe you.
They don't believe you
give my
because
daughter
your mom-
scenarios, because like my kids, you know, I grew up with all brothers, so I didn't have a choice but to be rough because it was either sink or swim.
Yep.
You know, but so I just asked my girls, they're girly, they were, you know, and I just said, what if you were walking down the hall and someone just came up and just smacked you? What would you do? And my daughter was like, I would say, oh my God, what just happened?
You know,
Hey.
and that's a good point.
And I said, no, you gotta turn around and smack fire out.
Thank you.
Yes.
And so I'm giving them these scenarios. I even had my son take them on the city bus. Like, you're gonna learn to ride the bus. Because I wanted them to be prepared for
Yep.
certain things, even though they probably would never face it.
Yep.
I just want you to know how to handle it if you're in that situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't say, oh my God.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. And I am glad you brought that up because and that's exactly it, giving them the scenarios of how things go. Because I've told my girls this too, because growing up the way that we grew up, when it was nothing for a dude to walk down the hallway in high school and slap your butt or grab your butt. Yep. Or your boob, and there were times I would turn around and I would punch somebody because you know what? And I tell my girls, you hit them back. You get them where you grab theirs. You see how they like it. And they laugh, but I'm serious. And I'm like, and if you get in trouble, you don't say nothing. You tell them, call my mom. I want to call my mom because I will come down there and fight for you because that was unwarranted, unwanted, and that is sexual harassment. We got to teach them. And then for any boys, and believe me, when I say that to my girls, I say the same thing to my boys. Don't you dare, because don't nobody ask for that. And let me find out you did something like that. I'm going to bring everything down on you.
But even that, it's not cool for it to happen to them. Because we think just because they're boys, oh, I can grab his butt or I can grab his
Right.
butt,
No,
right?
and that's what I tell.
He
Yep.
doesn't deserve that.
And that's what I tell them. I teach them both. I teach them all sides of it.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
He is happily married.
So funny. But I feel you though, because I said the same thing. I am happily married, but listen, we are not deaf, we are not blind.
Right.
Anyway, but listen, I think that this is the perfect opportunity. We are not going to go through the rest of the questions just because we do want to be respectful of everyone's time. And we do have a pardon gift or a thank you gift that we want to share with you guys. But we kind of got a little what am I trying to say? I don't know how to explain it, but basically,
we're closing it down.
We are going to close it down. But we wanted to. This has been beautiful, but we also wanted to plant something. Like we are all in this season of blooming or transformation, and as we were talking about this, like I could not get sunflower out of my spirit. God kept saying sunflower. Then my mom ended up with all these sunflower seeds. And so once I started researching and finding out, like sunflowers, they follow the sun. Like I just thought it was a flower that just was like one of the tallest flowers.
You could turn the head can be pointing this way, and you turn it away from the sun, and it will turn right around.
Yeah, and I didn't know that, and I was like amazed by that because I'm like literally in that time, the sunflower is like, and we get lost in like we get so focused that we don't remember to turn and follow
to the light,
to God, to our source. And then we get discouraged, we get depressed, we get upset, we get off track, we get all these things because we're not following God. Like if we're like the sunflower, then if we turn and he say, hey, this is what I need you to do, or don't do this, then that's our answer. That's the solution to whatever it is that we're dealing with. Sunflowers also produce thousands of seeds. They can produce up to 2,000 seeds. I'm like,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay,
nice.
Yes. And I think about and see, shoot, I like the scripture, man reaps what he sows, but I think about the scripture that says, one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11. Is it 29:11? For I know the plans that I have for you, prosper you and not harm. Plans is plural.
Plans,
And sometimes I'm like, I got lit. I got the Invisible Secretary. I'm a DJ. My husband and I got a men's clothing store. I still got 2 girls in school. My 2 that's grown still. I'm still like full-time mom and there, like they're at home. Yes. And I love it, but it's like, okay, I'm too over the place. But no, God gave us these seeds. He gave us these talents. He gave us these gifts so that we can plant them, so that we can have a room, I'm gonna say, full of women. This is a full room to me.
Yes.
But then they stand tall and strong. So when it comes to teaching our daughters how to stand up for themselves, how to speak up for themselves, advocate for themselves. As a two-time breast cancer survivor, I've learned how to advocate for myself with the doctors. Because just because you say this is what you want me to do, don't mean I'm gonna do it, because I know you getting paid on the back end of that.
Yeah.
Like, you not gonna be here to take care of my husband if something happened to me. You're not gonna pay any of these bills. You're not gonna be there for my girls if something happens to me, because I listen to you over me. So we stand tall and we stand strong like the sunflower. And then they also provide nourishment and healing. And so I love this, because even though I was like, okay, yeah, that's what we do as sisterhood, but just seeing it come to life here in the room tonight,
Yes.
to learn about the maca root, to learn about, I was taking notes,
Yep.
the processed foods, chlorophyll, like, this is nourishment and healing. This is things that I need, because I always say, if I get a third diagnosis, wait till I see God, because I'm like, look, this is not what I signed up for. But as long as I get to live it through and I get the information that I need to nourish and to heal, I wouldn't have gotten that information without you ladies being in the room tonight. So at the table back there, we do have some thank you gifts, which has
The printout in
the
it.
printout, and
With
then it actually,
scriptures to remind you.
yes, has the packet of sun seeds. So feel
Sunflower
free,
seeds.
yes, some sunflower
In
seeds.
a little pot. Yep.
Yes, so take 2 if there's enough for everybody, because I don't want to take nothing home.
And then we have cupcakes over there for
Yes, we
you too,
have
to
some
help
cupcakes.
celebrate with us.
Yes,
So,
and take a moment to meet someone that you did not come with or you did not know, because we have some amazing women in this room. We have Sharika over here, who is doing some great things in the community. We have Patty back there, who has I am her, she is me. I am her, she is me. I am a survivor. Where I get I am her, she is me.
That's like the little thing at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Like the slogan.
Oh,
Yeah,
look.
tagline.
Yes, she has some great things going on. She's an author also. Angelique, I was gonna call her Angie. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't know. Like, you didn't expect for me to come around this way. Okay, you have a grief support group, don't you?
I do.
Okay. See, I mean, that's what
Amen.
they playing me.
I have a purpose to paint.
Nice.
Yes. So
Okay.
get to meet the ladies.
Divorce, even though we're happily married.
Yes. Well, you know what?
We're
And-
using you.
You know, and like we said, because we know we don't know it all, so don't be surprised if you're invited on one of our shows. To share your wisdom with people. So
Yes, I know. And thank you. We love you guys.
Yes.
This has been amazing, and we're glad that you came to celebrate this milestone with
with
us.
us,
And
Yes,
you
we
too,
appreciate it.
even though we forgot about you, YouTube.
Yes. Thank you for joining
Yes,
us live.
thank you.
Yep.
Have a good night, and we'll be back next week.